Me, 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 me. Me, 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 me.
What a nice day. Welcome back. I've done a little bit of progress on the house. It actually has a roof. Well, partially a roof. I've added a few floors. Mike isn't too close. I haven't finished the roof entirely. It's a lot of wood, and the type of wood that I need, I kind of ravaged the local surrounding deforestation. We do a little bit of irreversible trolling. Yeah, I've done quite a bit of progress. Ow! Ow. I did a bit of progress. I like having this little open area here at the front. I also got this cool kind of hall area. The vibe of the house is for now it's my house. Until I build other stuff around the nearby area, and then maybe I'll have more of a private accommodations, but I didn't manage to get co-op to work because the peer-to-peer in this game kind of sucks. And I don't think it's worth doing a whole dedicated server for this yet until I can find out how the game actually runs, because I don't want to buy a server and then realize that it still doesn't work. So this is going to be like kind of the town center, almost kind of like a tavern-esque type of thing. I kind of got some inspiration from like a Viking like feasting hall type thing with this kind of big open area here. We got this like these long tables, you can put the tankards on there. Sadly they're only full of water right now. I don't know if you can make beer. Also I decorated my character. I redecorated them to make them feel more like witch like. I also found out that you can like toggle on whether you see the armor or not, and I kind of like just not having the armor because I want to be able to use spells and stuff to fight people with instead of a sword, but I don't have access to that kind of weaponry right now, so I'm just making the most of it. So this is going to be like this big feasting hall. There isn't really a throne, so I just put two chairs together. Look at these cool braziers. I can have just some really nice like aura like lighting. And yeah, like you kind of walk up here. I'm probably going to have some bookshelves and stuff on the walls. I want to have some kind of set piece here in the middle, maybe like a statue, or maybe some like comfortable like chairs or something like that. If I come across anything that looks nice, I'll just put it here. And then these rooms are kind of like little rooms in a tavern, and I've got these like little windows looking out. And like I didn't know what to do with this space here, so I kind of just made it like a little nook that you can kind of chill at. Maybe I'll put another window here too. I'm stuck. And then there's also these like bigger rooms, so it's I imagine if this was like a tavern type situation, it would be like you spend like a few copper pieces, you get the tiny room. You spend like a silver piece and you get like these sort of other rooms that are like a bit better. A few more silver pieces, you get like the bigger room with like windows and stuff. And then this area up here, I'm either going to make into like fancy rooms. I decided to change the wood type because I didn't want it to all be the same color, and I'm really glad they did that because like there's like a lot of browns and like sort of reds here, and then down here it's cooled off a bit by the gray, so it gets a little bit, it feels a bit warm here, especially with the sconces on the wall, but then it feels a bit cooler now with the like lighter color here. And I decided to add in these extra windows on the sides here. I might actually carry on the windows at the front. And I figure I'm going to make this into kind of like either fancy rooms, or maybe I'll make it into like a temple or something like that. Maybe I'll get one of those statues of like the statue of the person, who we're trying to do all the quests for. I can't really remember much of the lore for this game yet, but maybe I can get a statue there and make it like a temple to them, or I can make up my own like deity. Maybe it can be like whenever I played Minecraft, I would make like a temple to like the light, because light is very important in Minecraft. It keeps the monsters away. Darkness bad because there's monsters, therefore light good. Smile. I've also got this little staircase going down to like a big sort of like mining area. It was mainly just an excuse to get stone and other like resources. This area is still just like the place where the animals are. The animals keep escaping somehow. I found one of my chickens all the way up on my roof, so I don't know what's up with them. Either they're getting like bugged and they're like just getting to the top surface that they can, like jumping on here. Or if they can fly or whatever. I don't know what I'm meant to do when I like farm these animals. I'll just wait for the smarter people to experiment and find stuff. Eggs, yummy. Over here I'm developing the farm a little bit more. I upgraded my farmer's bench, so I was able to get more diversity of crops. So I got these carrots growing here. It seems like you always get a little bit more life essence every time you harvest, so you can constantly expand the fields, which is nice. I did end up eating through a lot of my like life essence in order to plant saplings to get more trees. But thankfully I got some of these eternal seeds here, which as long as you don't punch them, if you just interact, it'll give you like, it'll keep the plant while be able to harvest. And with that I was able to get a sustainable amount of life essence and get the farm back. Eventually, when I get more upgrades to the farmer's table, I want to make like a designated area, probably in this lowland area here by the lake, and make it kind of like a, maybe like a floodplain, or maybe like those terrace farms they had in like ancient like Meshican like terrace farms with the floating gardens, and like a windmill or something close to that, and just have like a nice cute little area around here. I do want to also make maybe like a wooden wall going around the area, and then have like various buildings inside to make it look like a hamlet or like an extended keep with like a kind of mini like village inside it. But yeah, that's just like, I've just been like working on this. I've been consistently sick. That's a very consistent trait about me, is I always get sick, and when I'm sick I've just been slowly decorating and doing stuff in this, and it's very fun. I've destroyed all the trees here. I'm either going to replant these trees or do some terraforming and make this into kind of like the village, or maybe an aesthetic like wheat field. So once I have like so much life essence I don't know what to do with, I'm just going to have like a bunch of wheat and crops just out in the open just to look nice. So this is like kind of the base right now. And back here in these rooms in the back, this is where I'm doing most of my base related stuff. I've got my farmer's workbench that I've upgraded. I actually found that once you upgrade it and then move the bench, it resets the progress. So I wanted to make sure that I had my benches placed in a more permanent spot before I did any upgrades. So this is kind of like going to be the kitchen area where like the food is prepped before it is then like brought out to like serve all the people here. And I'll just keep the farmer's workbench here just because it's convenient. It's bile where all the crops and the life essence are going to be, in which I can probably just put away some of this stuff. And over here is like the general crafting area, a lot of just materials and stuff in here, the tanning benches, the furnaces. I got this golden chest from like one of the I think it was when we were fighting the monster at the portal or something. And then I put away extra tools. I've actually been using these capture crates, which actually took quite a lot of life essence to make, to like kidnap animals and then hold on to them because they kept escaping. And I don't know how you're meant to actually contain them. I think eventually when I get enough materials, I'll make like a barn area by where all the farms are going to be, like a big enclosed building with extra rooms, and then put all the animals in like their own dedicated room, because I don't think fences are like safe. Or at least maybe there's just a bug where they keep escaping. So for now, I've just put them in this like pocket dimension, where I have finally made a shovel, which makes clearing all the dirt and stuff a lot easier. So it's going to make the terraforming a lot quicker than using a pickaxe. And then over here is just a general storage area that I'm using for... No, ignore that chest. Sometimes it like places at like an odd angle. And I'm using this just to do like all my building and like furniture benches and stuff, and like storing all the materials I use for like decorating and stuff. So today I just wanted to show a lot of the progress I've done on this base. I've done quite a bit, and I figure we'd go do some exploring and some mining, and I'll try to keep this relatively short because I don't want this to drag on for too long. And just because I don't want to give myself the expectation of like, well, I did an episode that was an hour long, I need to make them an hour long every time. So I'm just going to cut to where I find something interesting and we can go exploring. A wolf. Expertly dodged my attack. Alright, cool. There's this cool building over here that I wanted to explore. I had a look at it briefly from before and kind of wanted to check it out on camera. So it looks like, oh, it looks like kind of maybe an old blacksmith or some kind of like industrial building. Yeah, sure. Whee! Oh, whee! Oh, wait. We can move off the rails. Oh my god! How do I get out? Oh, there we go. Oh, you know what we have to do now, right? There's clearly a path here that I don't need to look through to know where it goes. Oh, am I off? How's this work? Get on the rails. Oh, come on, dude. Is it gonna do this a second time? Wait. It's gonna do it a second. It's gonna do it a second time. No. Alright, I guess we do it the normal way. Ooh, wait. I think if we fall, we might catch on that bit. I'm just gonna get it right to the edge. Cue the music from Kirby Superstar. Not that music. Why is it not wanna work? Whee! Whee! Wow, what is this place? It's a whole mine shaft. Are those glowing crystals? Alright, we need to figure out what those crystals are because I want them as a decoration. Oh, they're everywhere. It's uranium, probably. Oh, wow. Nice. What are you? Green crystal shards? Oh, I need some kind of more delicate mining thingy. Rat. There's cobwebs. More mine carts. Oh, I'm definitely gonna have to come back here at some point and like collect all the rails and various implements because I do want to set up a little bit of infrastructure at some point, maybe because there's a lot of things I need to like get around to, especially to like back and forth towards the like Forgotten Temple Gateway. If I could make some kind of like bus stop. Oh shit, he's got a spell. Give me it. I want to learn the magic. Oh, I don't think he gave me the magic. He must have been a sorcerer. I definitely want to build some like infrastructure, like a minecart going back and forth between areas. But ooh, is this a ladder? Nice, nice. That's how ladders work. But part of me wants to like mine out everything in here, and the other part wants to leave it intact because it looks so pretty. Oh, maybe if I find one of these near a place where I'm like living. I mean, this is kind of close, but still, if it was like next to where I'm setting up my base, I would probably leave it there for aesthetics purposes. Maybe use like, if I can find a way to get these like ore blocks, like if there's like a silk touch method, I would definitely like make an aesthetic one of these like mines. Nice. Liking the dash tag. I don't need a ton of this copper. I've already gone quite a bit. My main thing right now is I don't actually have a lot of like leather to make new armor and tools and stuff. Mainly armor. Hopefully there's like a way of getting more. I feel bad killing a Waguga. See, I didn't even get anything for that. Bad. I feel bad killing a Wagugas, but like there's just not enough like hide from what I've been like doing to make stuff, so I just need to go out and just kill a bunch of animals, I guess, pretty consistently. Let's explore this area a bit. Looks like I can't like get all the different, be able to place torches with a dedicated button so I doesn't have to like eat up my block action essentially. Let's explore this place, I guess, a bit more before we mine stuff. I also found out you can actually make these decorative skulls and stuff if you have a bunch of bone fragments with the furniture bench, which is very cool because I definitely want to make kind of like an evil, like necromancy themed like wizard's tower at some point. A wooden mug. I'm also discovering quite a few skeletal variants. Oh, this is one with using the axe instead. It's nice. Should probably start eating just to get a little bit of regen cooking on us. Our weapon isn't looking too good, but it should be fine for the most part. Oh, it seems like that torch not being on fire was a load-bearing implement. There's a lot of copper around. Ooh, a chest with some hide and a healing potion. You know, I'll take all this. I'll take the chest as well, just in case I'm like deceived later on by loot that I've already taken. Plus, I can definitely use that chest. One of my plans I want to do later is build more small buildings around the town hall area that I have. I might as well collect these rails as well. And then do I get bone fragments from these, or do they just break? Ah, I was gonna say. Zoom. Nice. Twing. Cancelled my attack there. I got true sight for a second and saw through the world. Can I replicate that? Ah. I want to make a bunch of decorative buildings around the town hall, make it kind of more like a keep or like a village. And like, I figure I might as well like eventually have like every workbench have its own like dedicated building, like close enough to each other that they could have like a cumulative storage. They could have like a little blacksmith area, a little like farmhouse, maybe like an alchemy hut, because I saw alchemy table is like a thing that I can make, I just don't have the materials for it. There's a lot of skeletons in this place because they continuously respawn, which means this will be a great place to collect the linen scraps and bone fragments. Surprised I haven't got my ultimate charged yet. Oh wow, that's an angry mole. And that gives me hide. Nice. Kill moles in the future. Let's explore these. Oh, another one. Healing potions? Hell yeah. More hide? Just what I needed. And let's. Where did I put the healing potions? Did I put in my other? No. Oh, they're here. Okay, I didn't see. Put them here because I've actually got some keybinds. Oh yeah, I can drink a healing potion if need be. And as I explore an area, I'm gonna clear the rails so the rails can be like an indicator of like a fresh path. Because I want to use all this. Also, I have this backpack slot. Also, use that for some of this stuff. But an enemy. Oh, these are just purely decorative, it seems. Oh, huh. Maybe this didn't fully load in because it should not be floating. Maybe it intersected with a spawn of a cave. Guess we'll check out the cave then. What's that light? Doesn't look like torches. It maybe looks like those explodey ones we can get gunpowder from. Okay. Like a interesting cave system. Maybe I'll fully discover it at a later point. I'll just make sure I pick up a lot of these materials along the way. I've been finding quite a lot of copper as I've been going off and like mining and stuff, but not a whole lot of iron. I think at some point, like another episode, I'll go exploring in the different like biomes, because I've seen gold further down in like the lava area, and I don't know if like the rarer ores come from like mining at a certain like Y level like it does in Minecraft, or maybe they might be biome dependent. Like maybe if I go to the desert I might be able to get gold more frequently or something like that, but I think that might be something to explore at a later point. I'm definitely taking my time with the exploration and like ore gathering like parts of this game. Like the main thing that I'm like consistently playing this game for is to like build a cute little like base of operations and make a farm and stuff. So a lot of all this mining and exploring is like a secondary thing, and that's why I kind of like leave it either to do like some mining stuff like off camera just in my designated like tunnel, or like if it's like I'm going off to like explore this mine shaft or whatever, it's something that I can do like on camera, because that's like a little bit more interesting than just cutting down trees and placing blocks. And instead it's a bit more like, it makes more sense to me of I'll go do the exploring and stuff and show that off, and then instead of like showing the process of me like slowly collecting materials and like building a house, I'm gonna instead just show you in the form of progress of like, oh, the last time you saw this and now this time you see I've built all this. I thought that makes a bit more sense. But maybe at one point I might do like a cool like edit. I might do like an edit where I'll like take periodic like, oh, there's goblins. Periodic like clips as I'm building something and then like add it together. Not necessarily a time lapse, but maybe just like every like, I don't know, minute or so, like here's what I did. Like placing a wall, placing a bit of the roof, doing a little bit of interior decorating, done. I don't know about necessarily how to do it. I guess I do know how to do a time lapse. I guess I would just record at a really low frame rate and then it would save space. Oh, more stuff. An iron ore, cool. My tools are getting a little bit worn down. And just because I didn't think there'd be this much fighting. I guess these like areas are kind of like dungeons in the sense that like there'll be a lot of enemy spawn spots, and they'll like respawn. So as long as you're in here, it's just like a hectic fight, which is seems pretty useful, since like a lot of you get a lot of good materials from them. What's this? Floating mushroom. What are you? Oh, it's another Wagugas. I think I went up here. You know, I think this is where I was before with the... I got rid of the rails. Another mage. Gotta rush him down. Nom nom nom. I'm getting the green crystal shards from them, so maybe that's useful for making magic stuff. But my inventory is kind of filling up, so... Oh, jeez. Let me switch over to my shield. And... get on this guy. Nice. Alright, cool. I wanna rest of these rails if I can. Oh yeah, they are respawning pretty quickly. I think I should start getting out of here. I'll come back here later, definitely, and see how far it goes deep. But this is very cool. There's a lot of like enemies here, and I feel like I need, because I'm a bit worried about my sword breaking any second now, so I need like better equipment, maybe a better version of storage. I'm actually gonna do a little bit of scouting. Gonna be a little bit greedy. Okay, so this area here doesn't go like any extra deeper. I'll drop some of that just so I can get some more of these. And how do I get out? Okay, get these little like runs here. Looks like it also goes further down there towards like spiders, which to me look like crabs. Okay, this is quite interesting. If it wasn't for the fact that these ones seem to have a lot of enemies spawned in them consistently, I kind of want one of these like sites nearby my base just to have like a decorative like mining area. Maybe in future, if I ever have to like make a new world, especially if I'm doing like co-op or whatever, I might base near one of these so I can go back to here consistently. But is that my base there? Yeah, I can actually see it in the distance there. That's kind of cool. Wish I could like zoom in. Yeah, you can kind of see on the horizon there. Maybe I can use the rails I've collected to make like a route back and forth between the mine and make it like a designated like area where I'll just fight monsters. I guess I'll have to see for later. Maybe there's like more efficient ways of doing that, or maybe there's like downsides to doing it that I haven't discovered yet before I build a whole bus system going back and forth. I like how this looks like from this side. I might make more of these windows on the side and up here on this one, but I kind of like how this looks. I think I should use some more different colors. It's a little bit too brown for my tastes. I think I should just like maybe add in some accents, like some lighter bits, maybe some like external lights like hanging out on it. But I think it might look better when there's more things around it as well. I think it being like this brown orangey like building surrounded by green is going to make it look a bit dark by comparison. So nice. I'm gonna go put away all this stuff. Alright, nice. I put away a bunch of stuff. I also got a bunch of these hides that are slowly giving me more leather, so I can probably make some better equipment. And I put away all the various things here, and there's still quite a bit of food I've also got stocked up to cook. I got a lot of these like wild meats that I might see what I can cook with that, but there aren't a ton of options right now. I think the best option is just to use the campfire and like cook a bunch of them. So I might as well start cooking some of those. Get a bunch of food stored, get like a nice stockpile. Sadly, you can't really use these cupboards for anything. I don't know if you can put things there decoratively. It would be nice if I could have like a cabinet that I have like eggs stored on. I put it on the table. Oh, I can put an egg on the table. Here's your egg with no plate. Bread, cabbage, or lettuce. Yes. Set pieces. Let's put a bunch of this cooked meat on the table next to all this. Definitely beer. Okay, I like how there's a bit of variance to it. Not all in the same direction. I have like this nice feasting hall over here. Grab your piece of mutton and cheer. Yippee! Alright, I'm gonna like wrap it up here. No room for greens on that table. I'm gonna wrap it up here and then slowly do some more base building. I haven't done a whole ton just because I've been sick, but I mainly just want to focus on getting this place looking pretty, getting some decoration, some interior stuff. Besides the lighting and the set dressing here, I haven't done a whole lot on the interior, to be honest. I think most of it went into like planning out what was this gonna look like. I kind of like this sort of looking over here. Maybe I'll have like some fancy chairs, so as people come in, there's like people up here like chatting. It'd be cool if I can get some like dummies of people like set up, or like I don't know, like how you can get like Minecraft villages or whatever, where you can kind of just put them in a place to make the place more lively. Otherwise this place is going to feel quite empty. Yeah, just slowly accumulating more stuff, and then as I go out and explore and do more things, I'll make sure I record those, and otherwise I'll just keep you up on the progress of what I've been doing on this. But I just remembered one more thing that I could do. Oh, you respawn. Can I ignore you? I can ignore you. That would be future me's problem. I have found various more things, memories from exploring and fighting stuff, so I'm gonna go dump a bunch of these off. Yippee! I now have things unlocked. Can craft the following: decorative chests and 2 eternal seeds. Those are the seeds that like replant themselves. That's going to be very helpful for me. And more decorative chests in the furniture workbench, and 4 more eternal seeds, and +1 maximum teleporters. Teleporter going up. I do love teleporting. What do you mean by teleporters? Hello, I would like to. I guess I'll figure that out at some point. Do you mean teleporters? I can make those like blue portals? Wow. Do I get my own gate guardian? Actually, no. I think he might beat up the people who are going to my tavern. It's future me. I have a solution. It's running away. Damn, this place could do with a little bit of renovations and infrastructure. Maybe I'll build a. Maybe I'll build like a little train system going over here. On the square. Oh, I don't want to go back yet. I'm just gonna wait until I get like sort of a bunch of memories discovered, and then go bank them in every so often. Falcon punch. That's not a falcon. Or a punch. I think what I might do is like a building project, is because we have spawn here with this like doorway and like this whole thing, which like looks really cool honestly, and I don't want to just leave this place to kind of not be used. I kind of want to integrate it into the base in some way, and since I plan on building like a wooden wall around the outside of the base and populate it with various buildings and farms and stuff, what I might do is do a evil activity. I'm gonna build a wizard's tower on top of this thing, because I think that would be really cool, like a big like column of stone, and then it like ascends up, and then I could fill it with various books and libraries and skulls and bottles of blood and organs and various alchemical materials. I think that'd be pretty cool, but I'll see how that goes. I'll see how that goes as I progress. Yeah, thank you for watching this episode, and I'll see you next time.